should totally do the bring back the Deus Ex song.
The Deus Ex.
Best game that has ever been made, and it is a really awesome game. Yes, I remember the lyrics even.
Intro, right there.
Deus Ex and black and gold, and it's really sweet. It is really awesome.
Here comes Gunther Herman. He's going on to
It's it's Paul Denton, and they're amazing. Oh, even the theme tune's great.
It really is. It's why that's the last thing you hear at the end of Human Revolution. Because it's like, yeah, the ending was a bit crap, but oh, listen, there's the theme. Na, 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 na.
Welcome to the Game Buzz.
Welcome to the Game Buzz Revolution universe.
I did ask for this. I totally asked for this.
I hope that's how the trailer opens, like, for the next Deus Ex game.
Because you are what? Because
You all asked for this.
Or they'll just take my Mario thing, won't they? My Mario reboot and just go, you were asked for this. Yeah, throw that in it.
Mario's going to turn up in Deus Ex.
Yeah. And then from there, he will go off to do his gritty reboot.
It's basically Metal Mario, though.
you know what I want most of all? I've just realised it. I want Eidos Montreal to, you know how they outsourced all the bosses to Grimm?
Yes. Oh, I know where you're going.
Outsource them to Platinum?
Yes.
Yes.
Imagine
Yeah.
it would just
It's
change.
going to be totally out of tone and out of character. Like, you'll be a sneaky character, like, who mainly, who's all about hacking and stealth. And then you'll come up against a boss the size of a skyscraper and, like, run up the side of it.
I've just got
Surf down it on a katana.
So that you have the music. You'll have the music that's sort of like, you know, the ones from Human Revolution. It's like ding 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 ding, and then all of a sudden you'll get to the boss fight. Like, stars everywhere.
Yeah. But it'll be like sped up J-Rock version of it.
Yeah.
I'd play the shit out of that.
Yes.
Hello and welcome to Game Buzz, the show in which we dissect the week's news. I'm Matt. I'm joined once again by Carl and John.
Hello.
Hooray! And let's kick us off this week with an article that's been commented on a fat bunch. Carl, you spoke to Chris Roberts at Gamescom, and he said stuff about Star Citizen.
He absolutely did say stuff. Basically, there was a question that I asked him right towards the end of our session, which I couldn't include in the video preview that we did, because the camera died, of all things. So I kept it to a side because I had the audio recording, and basically I thought it was all about the 20 million milestone, which they reached this week, which is fantastic. They now have even more money, and now there's sort of like FPS-style combat on limited planets throughout the system, well, throughout the game. But he was basically talking. Well, I asked him the question of, how they managed to adapt to the changing stretch goals, because obviously they're only asking for 2 million, and now they're at 20. And I basically said, well, how has the team coped? And basically, the article's on the site. Give it a read. But the short answer is, it was always going to be a 20 million game. Or a $20 million game, and that all that was going to happen was he would be getting investors in, which he doesn't need to anymore, and all the features that we've seen up until now were always going to be a part of the game. It would have taken them a little longer, and they might have had to do a Minecraft-style sort of like alpha soft launch thing and raise the money that way. But because of the fact they've now hit 20 million before the first real playable thing has come out, it means they can just have everything in on day one. So yeah, that's the basic gist of the article, and that Chris Roberts is very happy.
Yeah, he basically just said Star Citizen was always going to be a $20 million game, just one way or another, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's like, this was always going to happen. We were always going to get to this stage. But, you know, the fact that they've developed such an amazingly strong community,
Yeah.
and have just absolutely nailed the pitch in ways that any number of crowdfunding pitches just haven't.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at...
has led them to making an inordinate amount of money.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the difference in success between Star Citizen and Elite, who are offering sort of similar experiences in a way, and it just goes to show that he did absolutely nail the pitch. But I think one of the other things that is mentioned in the article is how, he really did not want to get involved with publishers again. Absolutely not. I mean, he talks about the fact that he's really sad about how he doesn't have the Wing Commander franchise anymore. Because imagine if he'd have been able to do Star Citizen, but based in the Wing Commander franchise, you would have immediately had that brand recognition, and he could have done, well, who knows how much money he would have had at that point, but he's done really well, and, well, the whole team has, and you can see on the comments on the site at the moment, I mean, people are really excited for this game, and with very good reason, because even though all we've got at the moment is walking around a hangar and looking at our ships and, racing around in...
That's like half the fun thing. Like, when I play a space sim, or any sort of sim involving sick military hardware.
Yeah.
I spend most of my time in the customization bay just going, wow.
Yeah. Look at all the guns.
Swapping out various heat sinks and internal systems and stuff.
It's basically Armored Core. That's what Armored Core is. You're just looking at a mech and going, yeah.
Exactly, and I found I did that a lot in the old MechWarrior games as well. I do that a lot on MechWarrior Online too, because that's literally all there is in that game, which is kind of fine. I like it, but I don't know. The thing is, though, there's one thing that slightly bugs me about Star Citizen, and, I've backed it, I've gone in, I've got my Aurora, it's sitting there in my hangar, I'm loving it, I'm looking forward to the game, but a part of me is wondering if some of this huge war chest might be being spent on fripperies, little peripheral things that maybe... I don't know, maybe all this money could just be thrown straight in at the core, rather than going on, say, motion capture.
Yeah.
Motion capture in a space sim? It's a space sim. Are you motion capturing
so
spaceships?
Realistic though, John. Yeah, he's actually building the spaceships.
In which case he is absolutely vindicated. If he's building life-size spaceships and then motion capturing them in atmosphere and out of atmosphere,
it's fine. Yeah, he's getting Richard Garriott to fly them. Because
amazing. He loves that stuff.
They go way back. I mean, I can see your point in when you think about they could be adding in more ships and things like that, and people have actually brought this up on their official forums, and they've basically had to explain that coming up with new ships, they are designing new ships, they are designing new systems, they are creating the new playable alien races that will be coming. So like far after launch, but they are making new ships, but these things take time in obviously coming up with the conception and then actually making them and everything else. So if you're thinking more money would mean we'd get more ships, I mean, I guess what will happen is they'll just make more ships playable. I mean, there'll be hundreds of ships, I think, that will be in the game, but only a certain amount will be playable. I assume that with more money, over more time, we'll get to be able to play more ships. Such as they put something like the Idris Corvette on for sale for a short period of time once we got to a certain point, and so there's these massive capital ships that make the constellations look like crap, basically. Nice. And it's I mean, I can see we want to see more game features, so we are getting that, but it's going to take time, and so to fill in the gaps in between, they're going, we can make the game look as great as possible. Which means motion capture, apparently.
Apparently, that's what it means.
On realistic looking, getting into bed animations. That's what we want.
Yeah, because that's what you need in a space sim.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to when we can actually get hands on, because I don't know, there is just that little part of me after all these a lot of these Kickstarter campaigns, all these features, all these extra features keep creeping in, and sometimes it's to the detriment of the core package. I don't think that'll happen in Star Citizen. This is Chris Roberts we're talking about.
Yeah,
Let's face it, he's going to be pretty focused on nailing the space combat side of things.
Oh yeah, he's been going on about the fact it's not
yeah.
dead, the genre's not dead, PC gaming is definitely here as a mainstream
thing.
thing.
So they're probably going to pay a little bit of attention to, the space combat. Either way, yeah, really looking forward to it, and frankly, I may need to upgrade my PC already.
Speaking of which, Matt, have you gone in for it as well? You've got to join us. You've got your
not
rig.
yet. No, because I didn't back it because I didn't have a PC that could run like today's games, let alone Star Citizen at the time. I have the rig now.
Really?
Yeah.
So you should totally get into Aurora. Come join us.
And I will almost certainly be jumping into this before November, because I need to ogle a spaceship in my own private hangar, and I need to do some dogfighting come this winter. I need it. I physically, medically need it. I find it interesting. There are two things I find interesting. One is, we've spoken in previous podcasts about sort of the morality and the ethics of Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And I love that I love that Star Citizen is now completely community backed. I find it interesting that it started off very much as an investor project that required a crowdfunding drive to prove the validity of the popularity of the concept.
Yes.
I know it does. I don't really like it that much, because I don't know. It seems in that sort of like grey area for me, like especially when there are so many Kickstarters that are out there, sort of looking for money to literally just drive funding because they can't get it literally anywhere else. That being said, I love the fact it's community funded. Yes, that's freaking awesome. Yes, it proves that we want Space Sims back. That's brilliant. We do. Give it to us. Put it in my face. The second thing is, I find it interesting. He said in that interview that he's gunning for CCP.
Pretty much. Their sort of success, yeah.
Those are some big ambitions. Those are some really big ambitions. And I kind of agree with John in a way, because I wonder, like, it took CCP 10 years to get to the point where, or 9 years, to get to the point where we went, okay, let's do Dust.
And it was arse.
Yeah.
It was absolute arse.
So I'm wondering,
like, awful.
Don't dilute your core concept just because you feel you can at this point. Just make it as good as you possibly can, because, and CCP are awesome. CCP are really, really awesome. They've done fantastic things with Eve, but not even they could save Dust. Dust is balls.
Yeah, you see, a part of me thinks, maybe that FPS money and motion capture money, maybe that could go into, rather than more ships, more Squadron 42 missions, for example.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I think, the team has grown considerably. I mean, I completely agree. They should focus on the core stuff and make that as awesome as possible. But from what I understand, basically, the team has grown at an acceptable rate for the stuff that they're putting in. So I think they're only adding in features if they know they've got the personnel to concentrate on it. They're not diverting sort of like people or resources. It's that once they have the money, they're like, right, yes, we will do this. We will add this, hire someone and get them in. So I think that's the way.
Yeah, I can guarantee that whatever they do, it will be better than Dust 514.
Let's hope.
It will be. Let's hope. No, it will be. They'll have to wake up very early in the morning to make a worse FPS than that.
Just wasn't fun.
I wanted to like that game. I really did.
Yeah.
Really did.
Yeah, it sucked.
Speaking of first-person shooters.
Yes.
Segue time.
Are you going to talk about the new release of Daikatana on Steam? Because we were just talking about shit. Yeah, speaking of shit first-person shooters, really, really fucking tragic first-person shooters, you can now buy Daikatana on Steam. And you totally shouldn't. Even though one of the characters is called Superfly Johnson.
Yeah, don't do it.
It's not so bad.
John Romero make his bitch.
Yeah.
Don't suck it down.
Yeah, I can't believe that's a trademark.
Yeah.
Suck it down is a trademark.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That Daikatana is so shit.
Yep. Sock it down.
Even your
No,
legacy
we can't
is
say that,
awful.
though.
Yeah, we can't say it. We're not allowed anymore. It's trademark.
That's terrible.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
What it is. So yeah, don't buy that.
God, that game.
Yeah, don't buy that. Go and look at, blatant plug coming up here. Go and look at God Factory Wingman on Kickstarter instead.
Yes.
It's totally free. If you need dogfighting, like space combat dogfighting, go and check that out. There's a free build on their Kickstarter right now. It's free. I'm not telling you to back it. I'm telling you to try it.
Because there are precious few Kickstarters that offer that option.
Yeah, hardly any people.
Do it. Like, try it out. And if you love
buy
it, buy into it.
Yeah.
But try it before you do.
Try it. Yeah.
But
anyway, you were saying apparently you weren't talking about Daikatana after all, which is the biggest FPS news of the week.
But is it though? Because we're on Half-Life 3 watch.
Dun, dun,
Yes,
dun.
yes we are. Dun dun dun. Here we go. It's that time of year again when our hopes are slightly raised, and we start to believe again, and we start to feel it, and then Gabe Newell slaps us with his beard, and we feel sad. And we lie.
Do
there
we
and
though?
shout.
Do we really get like? I'm not sure. I get jaded and disappointed now. Whenever the newest Half-Life 3 rumor comes around.
Oh, Matt, you just gotta look. You've got a PC now. You can get
Yeah.
out of this whole jaded funk you've been in for a while.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
dude, come on. It's Half-Life 3. It could happen this time. Now, this is the interesting thing. This is the interesting thing. It could happen. Because
It'd be ready in like a second,
it'd
man.
be ready
In a
like right
second.
now. But here's the thing.
So ready.
I'm so ready. But jaded. Okay, I'll be the non-jaded one this episode. So what's happening in Half-Life? Okay, Half-Life 3, right.
Yep.
The timing is interesting. That's the interesting thing about these potential leaks. Because Valve trademarked Half-Life 3 in Europe, that could just be a defensive trademark. There's nothing really particularly interesting about that.
Yeah.
What is interesting is that Valve coincidentally let people get into their sort of internal work distribution service just a couple of days after revealing the Steam machines, and let people see that maybe there were teams working on Half-Life 3. That timing is very interesting. And frankly, yeah, I think, but that's what I mean. Either this is a big fat troll, or either way, I think this is purposeful, probably. I don't know why. Either it's just to piss us off again, or just to remind us that it exists, and just to remind us, because as soon as we start talking about Half-Life 3, we then start talking about the Steam box, and then, the Steam machines and Steam OS, so, maybe that's why.
If GTA 5 has taught me anything, it's that being jaded about a game and then suddenly becoming excited about a game and then getting the game is not a viable road to loving a game.
But
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to believe this emphatically and abandon my jadedness and just love it.
They're not going to announce Half-Life 3.
Yes, they are! Yes! I'm excited! Half-Life 3!
The worm has
oh
turned.
my god! Oh my god! Yes! Oh!
But it's like all of these things. This is very much. That was impressive. This is very much a Last Guardian kind of situation. Like, don't hold your breath. Or
it's going to be the best game ever as well.
Or you will die of suffocation.
No, that's going to be the best game ever. It's coming out this Christmas.
Do you reckon?
Yep. Captain Optimism from here on out. I'm abandoning my
free to play.
Yep, it's going to be free to play. It's going to be
Matt's broken.
It's
broken.
We've broken
yes.
Matt.
Half-Life Guardian.
He doesn't know what he's doing anymore. He's basically what's happened. I mean, admittingly, it's been a tough few weeks for Matt. I mean, first of all, everyone learns that he hates good games. And now we've just learnt that he's like, oh, Half-Life, it's not coming. I can't let this happen to me again. And now he's broken.
Tell you what, Matt. If you need to get, I think we need to get Matt more jaded. Tell you what, buddy. Let's bring the jadedness back. Go play Rain for a bit, Matt. That'll do it.
What are you doing, Sony Japan? Seriously, you have the best ideas.
They're releasing. It's PlayStation Camp.
Oh well, yeah.
Sony Japan Studio do stuff like Puppeteer. And also Gravity Rush, which was really colourful, And,
Sure.
you know, definitely not an incredibly repetitive and clunky brawler at all. So, yeah, anyway, so that was what we were talking about. Daikatana we were talking about, weren't we?
And Half-Life 3.
Well,
And Half-Life 3, that's it.
Perhaps there's a hint.
Yeah,
about
either way,
that.
Daikatana, what was it? Daikatana 2 is coming out soon. It's going to be the best game ever. So that's, I think, what we were just talking about, or something like that. And it'll be
Suck it
available.
down.
And it'll be available
Can't
on
say that without
be
paying
able to-
money.
yeah.
Trademark. Yeah, it's fine.
Trademark.
Pay John Romero some money right now.
No. I don't want to enable him.
Well, he's
Frankly.
about to make
To
you.
do anything
He's about
else.
to make you.
Okay, other FPS going on. Yeah, so what about Battlefield 4 then? Because that's come out of exclusive beta this week and into open beta,
Woo!
which means all the servers are going to stop working any moment now.
Yay!
There they go. You can hear them. You can hear them crashing so hard it's actually registering on the Richter scale. You can hear them screaming.
Level looting the servers.
Level loading, mate. Level loading.
Level loading.
Level
Level
loading.
overloading. Level
Adding
overloading.
some item.
Sounds
The
like
thing is,
Level
I've been,
overloading.
I must say, when I've been able to get on it, I've been level loving it. See, there's another one, level loving it.
No!
Even though the map's like, you know, we've put our impressions on site, but it's fun. It's really, really fun. It's like a big three-dimensional playground where you can jump out of a helicopter onto a jet ski. You can do that. That's a thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whenever you want.
I just like the fact you have infinite parachutes. That's just,
Yeah.
I just want that. That's great. Put that in every game.
Exactly. It really seems like, you know, DICE always nails the multiplayer, and here they're saying, what can we do to let players have more fun? That's good. That's how development, I feel, should be. So I hope that all of this fun factor goes into the single-player campaign, and we'll be jumping off all these lovely, brightly lit rooftops and in parachutes and having a massive laugh. Yeah? No? Do you think that's likely? No, because they're going to fuck it up with a campaign, you mark my words. But the multiplayer is really, really fun.
It's
so
pretty
if you can
sweet.
get onto it. There's all sorts of problems with it, and there's potentially a few balance issues. And you know what? The Levolution has been oversold. But
They oversold the destruction modeling in Battlefield 3 as well, and I don't understand it because Frostbite 3 can handle it. We've seen the tech videos.
we've seen Battlefield, we've seen Bad Company too.
Just let us do it, DICE.
Yeah.
Just let us do it. Let us level loot. Actually, let us level loot.
Yeah, as in not press a button and make barriers go down, as in blow a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It-
Oh, look, there's a new choke point.
It would be great. It'd be so great.
Yeah.
The thing is, I noticed every time I played, the potholes and the wall holes, they were turning up in exactly the same places each time.
Yeah, and they weren't even particularly important. Like, there'd just be a window would break, or like a bit of tiny cover that wasn't useful anyway just goes away. One that a tank or anything could just drive over anyway.
Yeah.
You know? So, either way, that's kind of disappointing, but on the other hand, again, jumping off of a skyscraper onto a boat, underwater assault, it's just really fun. If you can, have a go, get involved, and then go and bitch about it on the forums.
I'd also like to apologise at this point for the video I ran yesterday in which I suck. I suck more than John Romero would have us suck. It's pretty bad. But you get a little flavour for the Siege of Shanghai, and hopefully
The
it'll
problem
inspire
is
you to go into the open beta and do much, much better than I did.
Yeah, we tried to record a lot of videos, and every time we did, like, the building was, like, already destroyed, or the servers kicked us out, or you sucked even harder. Like, admittedly, the first time we tried to video it, you were MVP. Honest, everyone. And I was second VP. Honest. Totally, that's what happened.
It totally happened.
It did actually happen.
It actually happened.
We
Of
can't
course
prove
it did.
But
Yeah.
we can't prove it, but also, like, we won the game. The credits rolled, like, it unlocked, like, new game plus mode and everything. We beat
It'll be
the
on
game.
Battlelog. We will actually be
Yeah.
able to prove it. It's on Battlelog. You just can't watch it because
Because, you know.
I haven't worked out how to use my new rig. I'm so excited that I just hadn't really worked out how to freaking use it. But I can play games on my rig now! Oh my god! Yes! Sorry, I might be doing that for a while, Just at any juncture, just going, PC Gaming, I'm back! Because I'm quite excited about it. Can't tell, probably.
Are you? Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's about Battlefield 4. You can read our impressions, you can watch the video. That's been great. But at least, we managed to get into a game of that. I haven't been able to get on GTA Online at all. At all. Well, no, I got into it. Lamar asked me to do the first mission, and then no gaming for you. I'm not the only one, but some people have, and you've been one of them, Carl, haven't you?
Yes, I've managed to get past it quite luckily. And I've spent a bit of time in there, not that much, because when you do get on, I've had issues where I've either been kicked from the server or just haven't been able to connect to the cloud and things like that, and it's awful during an evening. The servers just cannot handle it. But there has been a new patch come out, so hopefully things have improved. And when I have been in game, it has been a lot of fun. I mean, admittingly, we don't have the heists in there yet. The missions are being
Wait, what?
slowly...
That's the whole thing.
No. Let me finish. It's the heists aren't in, but you can do robberies of stores, you can buy property, you can do missions for the characters, like you get issued certain missions when you get to certain ranks. You can do races, you can do the death matches, you can do... Basically, just use it as a big playground and go around shooting up the place if you wanted. But heists haven't been put in yet. And yeah, I mean, admittingly, what is there is a lot of fun once you get going. But yeah, we're still waiting for them to sort out the servers, and hopefully the latest patch will have remedied it a little bit.
Yeah, that and the second patch will be live on. It's already live on PS3 and will almost certainly be live on Xbox by the time you're listening to this.
Yes.
Yeah, Rockstar also took the very wise decision of disabling their microtransactions.
Yes.
Which is one of the best things they could have done, because the last thing they want right now is a class action lawsuit. Basically.
I still maintain it would have been fantastic. And I really hope they have them back in, where people get money out, people take money out into their bank account, they take it out of their bank account, they get mugged.
Yeah, I want that to happen. And in fact, I want it to be really super signposted. Like, I want a DLC money delivery blimp to fly over the level, with searchlights shining out of it, and drop it into the street in front of you.
Agreed.
Or rain it from the sky. That's what I want. I want
that'd
them to
be
pour
amazing.
dollar bills, dump it out the side of a blimp, like the first episode of Family Guy. Just throwing out dollar bills off the side. All the players congregating under it, going, "No, it's my money." That's what I want.
That would be a true.
That's what I
comment.
That'd be fantastic. Just have a randomly spawned box, and then everybody on the server gets a message saying, "There's $1 million in that box."
It's a glowing suitcase.
Parachutes
And
down
then
from the sky.
people just everyone on the server just goes and runs for it, and then you've got this sort of you can have yakety sax playing in the background, people chasing you, shooting people down just to get that money, because of course once you pick up the money you've got to bank it first. So
Exactly.
that'd be amazing. They should do that. Every sort of
from New York, it'd be it'd be like the Warriors.
yes,
You'll have all that money, and then you have to make it to an ATM machine. It'll be amazing.
that would be super. What Rockstar do that? Do that right now. Forget the service.
Sod all the class action lawsuits that will occur if that happens. Just do it. You got enough money.
Do it.
This thing's made $90 billion or something already. So go on, you might as well. It'll be fun.
I'm pretty sure it's close to a squillion.
Yeah, it's 9.2
The number billion.
Bajillion. Yeah.
billion
Zillion. Figillion.
gigadollars.
Why hasn't someone come up with the currency and called it gigadollars in a game?
Gigadollars.
That'd be the best thing ever.
I'm pretty sure that's the currency that Transformers use.
I'm pretty sure that's the currency that Dan Houser uses now. It's oh dear, I'm sorry, I'm buying things these days that are too expensive, that if I carried the cash around, my wallets would be the size of that skyscraper in Battlefield 4. So I've had to invent this new denomination that starts at $1,000. It just goes upwards from there. And it's made of solid gold.
Do you take a card, just hands over a sheet of gold?
Yep.
Here's a $1.
Here's a $1. Holler for a giga. Holler for a $1.
Right, moving on. One more thing to talk about this week. Deus Ex. There's going to be more of it.
Yeah, shock horror. Eidos Montreal making more Deus Ex. But they are doing... First of all, they've confirmed that there is going to be a new next-gen core Deus Ex game. I would be very interested to know when and where they're going to set it.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, guys?
Well, they're calling it Deus Ex Universe, aren't they?
No, not the game. That's the name of the... They're rolling out this big scheme. I was getting to that. You're interrupting my flow. The game hasn't got a name, but Deus Ex Universe is a big transmedia thing that they're doing to expand the, funnily enough, Deus Ex Universe. And the way they're doing that is they're going to be publishing graphic novels and apps and actual novels and music and probably novelty hats and all maybe a Saturday morning cartoon. Go on, please, the Gunther Hermann adventures.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want. That'll be amazing. And just, loads and probably, there'll be a film and all sorts of stuff. So they're really blowing out the universe. But the thing we're all excited about, funnily enough, isn't the apps and the novels, but it's the big, fat, core next-gen game from the guys who made Human Revolution. They did a great job with that, apart from the bosses and the very ending. Yep. They know that now. They know that now. So I would be very interested to know when, because where doesn't bother me, but when is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, do they set it kind of a little bit after Human Revolution, carry on the whole thing with, going towards nanotechnology, or do they do it right before Deus Ex or something like that? Because I remember one of the rumours that was originally was it was going to be about Paul Denton and stuff like that. So.
Yes, I would really like to see a game do that, especially because he's a pacifist. I think that would actually be really interesting gameplay-wise. There'd be a lot more emphasis on stealth and stunning and, betrayal, and then turning out to be a good guy.
Yeah.
But I think that would be fantastic. If not him, I would actually like to play as... whatever this new Deus Ex game does, I feel it has to explain how all the wonderful, amazing technology of Deus Ex Human Revolution suddenly becomes all the physical buttons and old-school mechanics in the original Deus Ex. Some sort of fall in technology, some sort of slump, some sort of economic slump, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'd assume they could deal with that. I'd like to play as an augment who's actually, like Gunther Hermann, who's got all the big, fat, ridiculous, actual mechanical orgs, as opposed to all the sleek, slimline stuff. Or, of course, they could reboot the original Deus Ex.
See, that was another thought of mine. They possibly could do that. Yeah. I mean, also, don't forget at the end, if you haven't played Human Revolution, just cover your ears for a few seconds or fast forward.
No, it doesn't matter. The ending's so shit. It doesn't matter.
No, I was talking about the other ending with Bob Page at the end, where he's basically just got Thingy on board, and perhaps they can expand into that and where he goes, the plague and stuff like that.
Do you mean the original Deus Ex?
No, the end of Human Revolution.
Oh, okay.
It's after the credits.
Oh, yes, I know the bit you mean now. Sorry, yes. I blocked out most of that awful variant.
He pops up, so perhaps they could, like I say, just do it a bit afterwards and talk about, explore how Bob Page got all the power that he did and all that sort of stuff. So.
That'd be interesting. There's all sorts of places the Deus Ex can go. I'd also like to play as Anna Navarra. That'd be awesome. It's full of great characters I'd like to be able to play as. But yeah, do it about Paul Denton. Do it. Do that. That's what we all want.
Do it.
Or like a full sequel that isn't Deus Ex. There's a part of me that thinks they could pretty much take the original Deus Ex and just remake it in Human Revolution's engine, or a new engine, T4's engine, presumably.
Yep.
And just update the technology. So where in Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex didn't have lovely mirrors that are all virtual reality, cyber lovely mirrors and touch screens everywhere. Deus Ex had buttons and levers, and it was old school. It was much more near future than Human Revolution felt. So maybe they could just pretty much remake it level by level and room by room, but just bring the art direction Update the art direction, make it all black and gold and shiny.
I would totally buy that.
Yeah, so would I.
I'd have to buy another 20 copies. Because that's what Deus Ex sales do, because, I need to buy another copy. You don't know why, you just do. And now, Matt, you're going to be doing exactly the same because you've got your PC rig.
Yes.
Hooray!
Yes, I am. I'm so very excited. Oh, you can't see I'm stroking it. The PC! The PC!
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Keep just stroking it.
This is getting a little bit weird.
We might have to wrap this up before it gets too weird. Thank you so much. The podcast! Thank you so much for listening this week. We will have, once we can actually get into games, we will have some GTAO videos coming for you. And hopefully all of us will be leaping into the game to cause some havoc.
I'll continue playing all the games that aren't Deus Ex. Not Deus Ex. I really want Deus Ex. I will be playing all the games that aren't Deus Ex and Grand Theft Auto 5. But now all I want to do is play Deus Ex.
Pretty much.
Can we go play Deus Ex? Just have like a day.
Should we go play Deus Ex? We could play the co-op.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, we should go now.
Let's go. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.